Hey, Carol.
Hey, Joan, what you up to?
Oh, I'm getting ready for our big open house on June 6th. Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. Been making new stuff?
Well, yes, and using old stuff because some of the things are carrying over into the new catalogs. So we're using what we've got. So I'm planning for having some catalogs out and having a make and take, at least one, maybe two. And um, as soon as we get everything in from the shipments that we're getting from Stampin' Up! Of the new stuff so that we can show it off.
I love new stuff.
Well, we got the catalog so people can come in and get our catalogs. So if you're watching this and you want to come by the Williamson Library on Saturday, June 6th, you need to let us know, where our morning session is already booked, so we have slots available for the later afternoon, but you need to reserve your spot because spaces are going, and with our limited seating due to our social distancing, yes, we want to keep everybody safe and be able to craft. So what you been doing?
Well, speaking of using up old stuff, I recently kind of just rediscovered a way to use one piece of paper to make 8 cards.
Cool.
You want me to show you?
Oh, yeah. Let's go do that.
Let's go do that.
And I'll film it for you. See you
Okay.
at the table.
Hi, this is the card set this is the set of cards that we are making today. What a great gift this would make for somebody. And this one would be a really nice gift for a guy. Let me show you these cards. I made all 8 of these, matching envelopes, of course. All 8 of these with the same paper. You'll see the paper repeated behind it, which is quite all right because you don't send cards to the same people. They'll be sent to different people, but these are the 8 cards. We're not going to make all of these 8 cards today, but I'm going to show you how it's done. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and by the way, of course the inside has to be beautiful too. So let's put these aside and let me show you what we are doing. This is one of the packs of paper that Stampin' Up! Sold this past year that is going to be retired in another week. And you can do this with any 12 by 12 paper, but the Stampin' Up! Papers are so nice because all of the papers in it are color coordinated. As a matter of fact, on the back, they tell you what colors are in this paper. In this paper, we have Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. And today, we're going to be using this piece right here. On one side, it has knots, and on the other side, it has like a newspaper clipping. And that's what I used to make this. Let me show you how to do this. I have right here on the side a template. This is our 12 by 12 paper, and this is how you cut it to have 8 cards, okay? And I'm going to sort of show you how to do that a little bit. The first thing that you have to do is make sure that your up, you know where your up is. This one, being a newspaper, has a distinctive top and bottom. This one, it doesn't. It could go this way, it could go this way. There is no top and bottom. But this one, you don't want your ship sailing upside down. That would just be too weird. So therefore, my template is set up so that this right here is the top of your paper. And it looks complicated with all of these pieces, but it's really very simple. The first thing you're going to do is to cut down the top at 4 inches, 4 inches, so that you have 3 strips of 4. Let me show you, okay? So we've got our top, and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to cut it, line it up right here at 4 inches, and we're going to cut a 4-inch strip. Okay, strip number 1. We're going to repeat. Slide this over to 4 inches. Get it nice and straight. Another strip of 4 inches. And this one is our 3rd strip of 4 inches. That's not bad. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take each strip and line it up at 5 1/4. So I'll show you with the first one, and then I'll do the rest. Here's 5. The first longish line is 5 1/4. So we're going to cut that one. Then we're going to do it one more time, if I can keep my cutter from slamming down. And there's a nice little edge right here to line it up against, so you know you're getting it straight. Okay? So you have
that last piece.
This is one piece. Doesn't matter which piece. We're going to do all of them the same. Keep this because it's going to make a card. So now let me cut the other 2. Okay, here's our pieces of paper cut. I'm not going to try to line them up perfectly, but there's our 3 from the top. There's the next 3. And here are the 3 pieces across the bottom. Now remember, we have 2 sides, so we can use either side. That right there is going to be one card. For 3 of them, you are now going to cut it at 2 inches. So we take our 3 here, and we put it in, and we're going to cut off 2 inches. So there's 1. Okay, these pieces make these 3 cards. You can see that while on this one, I might have the piece of the newspaper, I can turn over this piece and I can have them match. Okay, this piece has the newsprint at the bottom and has the rope at the top. This piece, whoops, sorry about that. This piece has the, oh, good thing, because I really didn't want those 2 people on here, has this at the top and this at the bottom. Doesn't matter, you can use it either way. Now, all I did for these 3 cards is to glue that paper down, and I thought it needed a little something in between. So I used a tiny scrap of my colors. You can see my colors here are soft suede and navy. That is all I used for these cards. Soft suede and navy cardstock and ink. So you can see that all 3 cards, I simply put the paper on and then used a little strip underneath. We'll talk about the decorations in a moment. I just want you to see the background. Okay? That's those 3. The next piece, which would be this one right here, we simply take and we put a corner there and a corner there right on in the center of the brown line, because that's where your cutting blade goes, and so therefore it will cut down the center. So we cut from one corner to the next. Now, you could use this one on a card, you could use this one on a card, but I used the knots because the knots give me 2 cards that look like this. Here are the 2 cards I made with the strips. Now, I happened to cut mine the other way than I did before, but it doesn't matter. So I simply put that on the card and once again added that little strip to finish off the edge. And that was all I did for those. We'll talk about the decorations in a few minutes. This piece is 3 strips. So we take our paper and we line it up at 1 1/4. Okay, 1 1/4. Get it nice and straight. 1 1/4. Triple punch. It does a little ribbon hole. It does a flower-ish in the corner, and it does the corner rounder. So I'm going to stick my little square in. Fits nice and solid in there. Push it down, and I come out with a rounded corner. So I want this corner rounded, so I make sure that corner is down in there. Push it in, and that corner is rounded. I want this corner rounded, so I push it in, and that corner is rounded. Now I want this one down here. So I push it in, and now I have my little design. I put it on a piece of scrap blue, and then rounded the corners of that too. Okay, that's that card. All right. If you remember, oh, and this is waste, but you could probably find something to do with it, but that's what we have so far. Last pieces. Remember these 3 pieces we cut off at the beginning? Those 3 pieces make this card. They fit perfectly on a card. So you can put them on there like this. You can turn one this way. You can turn 2 this way. You know what? That's the same piece there too, I think. What are the chances of that? That is crazy, isn't it? So yes, look, that piece is the same. Amazing. So you can put it that way. You can put it, it doesn't matter. You can put this in the center. That's kind of cool looking. It's up to you. All right, that takes care of the cards. Now let's talk about, and this is your leftovers. How about that for amazing? That's all that's left over. That's pretty cool, don't you think?
From 1 sheet of 12 by 12.
From 1 sheet of 12 by 12. Yep, not much waste at all. And 8 beautiful cards. So let's talk about the decorations. This is the stamp set that goes with this. It has some great sayings. Let hope be your anchor through the storms of life. Set sail in the direction of your dreams. You are my true north. Thanks and congrats. It also has these great images. The rope, a compass, 2 sailing ships, birds, an anchor, and a lighthouse. And if you'll notice, this one, for example, has a boat on it. And you may think, oh my gosh, I can't cut that out. Well, the nice thing is, it also comes with framelets.
There are coordinating framelits
that match the stamps. So this one cuts out this. This one, this weird little party hat, cuts out this one. The lighthouse cuts out the lighthouse. They even have, find the one with the wheel on it, Joan. They even have a wheel. I think it's on top, isn't it? And okay, here it is. Here's one. It cuts out this cool wheel, and it's even got a little texture to it. Okay, so I stamped the lighthouse and cut it out. They have this frame right here that I used for let hope be your anchor through the storms of life. And I mixed and matched different parts of it. Okay, another way to decorate, if you didn't want to do that, is to use things like this. Now you know that's not the same lighthouse, and I didn't stamp that. Instead, I used something called Memories and More cards. Memories and More cards match selected sets, and they come like this. It's a huge pack. It's amazing. You can have so much fun with this pack. Let me show you all the things it comes with. That is, if I can get it out. Okay. It comes with smaller 3x4 cards, okay, in which you will see some of them that I used on my, here's one that I used. That's all it's on here, it's just the card. Here's one, all it is just the card, okay? And here's one more. This one is just the card, but I took this little words from the sticker sheet that comes with it. So they also have sticker sheets in it. A lot of fun there that you can do. So we have 3 sticker sheets. We have all these little cards. Then we have big cards. Now we didn't use those this time, but let me show you something special. Included in this set are these beautiful, let me get a dark one so you can see how beautiful, these beautiful die cut pieces. Look, there's a card. That is all you'd have to do to have an absolutely beautiful card. Okay? And one side is white and one side has this light blue texture to it. Look at this one with the waves. Isn't that gorgeous? We also have the ship's wheel. This one is a slightly brown. Those 2 are blue. This one's slightly brown, the ship's wheel. How lovely. And then we have some smaller ones so that you can use half of it. I could have used this on my card. I could have put something in there. How gorgeous those are. 2 more that are, well, actually 1 more. This is 1 more. That is seaweed. There is a pattern of the paper that looks like seaweed. And then this one that you could cut in half and use this for a card and use this for a card. But that's all there is to it, to make all these wonderful cards. As you can see, I still have enough to make probably the rest of the paper here. And so if I got 8 cards out of each sheet, out of 1 pack of paper, plus these memories and more, I could make, what's that, 96 cards? 96 cards. That would last me a long time. Once again, here's the template if you want to do a screenshot of it so you know what it looks like. And here's the cards. This makes a card, this makes a card, this makes a card, these make a card, these 3 make a card, this makes a card, this makes a card, and this makes a card, making a total of 8 cards. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you go home and try using up some of that beautiful paper that you have so you can buy new paper, because it's all gonna be new in the next week or 2.
And if you want directions, contact us and we will mail them a set of...
Yes, if you would like it written down, contact us by leaving your name in the bottom and we'll get back in touch and we will get one to you. So, not so hard. These are kind of confusing, but not hard. All right. Hope to see you again. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.